Hello everyone, myself Chandana and today I'm speaking about computer graphics. Today my topic is working of cathode ray tube. Everyone knows about the cathode ray tube which converts electron energy into the light energy. The beam of light turns it has a beam of light and turns the camera once if you are using. Turn up energy of the electron beam until the gas inside the globe is clearly glowing. This is the globe. This is the globe where the gas inside is clearly it's glowing. CRT has a Helmholtz coil which simply waves the nodium magnet near the CTR coil to show the bending of beam. CTR does have a Helmholtz coil turn up the current in them until the beam bends. Having the curved path of beam turn up the energy further and shows the curvature and with the decrease and with the decrease with the increasing electron energy. As a higher magnetic field is applied to demonstrate the curvature, it is increasing by increasing the magnetic field strength. CTR is the CSC monitor plus magnet. Next is the working of CRT. Working of CRT is mainly depends on the movement of electron beams. The electron guns generate sharply through the focusing electron which accelerated at higher voltage. This higher voltage electron beam hits the fluorescent spot and which converts the electrical energy to the light energy. Here is a cathode ray tube. It has the parts of the cathode ray will be explained in the next part. Here is the after as I said it has a higher voltage and it moves in the focusing node. After exiting from the electron gun, the beam passes through the pair of electrostatic deflection plate. These plates deflect the beam when the second pair of plate move the beam from one side to the another. It as I said, there are two electrostatic deflection plate, that is horizontal and vertical deflection plate, and which helps in the movement of electron are independent of each other, and hence the electron beam can be seen anywhere on the screen. The working part of the CRT is enclosed in a vacuum glass envelope so that emitted electrons can easily move from one end to the another end of the tube. Next is the construction of CRT. Construction of the CRT, the main parts of the CRT is electron gun, vertical deflection plates, and this is and that is electrostatic deflection plate. The electrostatic deflection plates has two types: vertical deflection plate and horizontal deflection plate. This is a prosperous screen, and this is a heater cathode. This is grid, and this is electron gun consists of heater, cathode, grid, pre-accelerating node, focusing node, and accelerating node. It also has the pins and base. These are the parts of cathode ray tube. The main important part of the CRT is electron gun, where the this is the electron gun. This whole part is the electron gun, where it is a source of electron beam. The electron beam has a heater, uh, electron beam has a heater, cathode, pre-accelerating node, grid, and focusing node, and accelerating node. At the one end of the tube, the electron passes through the small grid, and this grid is made up of nickel with centrally located hole, which is coaxial with the CRT axis. The electron which is emitted from one electron gun is passed to the control grid have a positive high voltage which is applied across the pre-accelerating and accelerating node. The electron from the highly emitted cathode the electrons which is emitted from the cathode ray tube, that is the electrons which is emitted from the cathode ray which is having the high voltage, which is having the high voltage. This cathode ray tube is cylindrical in shape, and it is a cylindrical in shape, and one end of the layer and one end of the layer is made up of strontium barium oxide which is deposited, which emit the high emission of light. Here is the cathode. It is cylindrical in shape, and which generates the high emission of light. Focusing the beam is focused by focusing node. The accelerating and focusing nodes are cylindrical in shape with a small opening in the center of each electrode. After exiting from the focusing node, the beam is passed to the horizontal and vertical deflection plate. Here is the after this is the focusing node, and after exiting from the nodes, that is the electron gun, it is further sent to the vertical deflection plate and horizontal deflection plate. The horizontal. The accelerating is node is connected to the positive high voltage, that is 1500 volt, and focusing node is connected to the lower voltage, it's about 500 volt. There are two methods of focusing electron beam, that is electrostatic focusing beam and electromagnetic focusing beam. And the next part of the CRT tube is electron deflection plate. The electron deflection plate. These are the electron deflection plate, which are having a electron deflection plate, a vertical deflection plate, and horizontal deflection plate. It helps the it produces uniform electrostatic field only in one direction, and the electron beam entering into the deflection plate will accelerate only in one direction, and the electrons will not move in another direction. It is the where the electrostatic field, it has electrostatic field where the electrons move only in one direction. Next is the CRT. The main important part of the CRT is this is the screen of CRT, that is made up of phosphorus screen, that is made up of phosphorus. This is also called faceplate. This plate is made up of fabric optics, which has a special character. The internal surface of the faceplate is coated with a phosphor. The phosphor helps in the converting the electrical energy into the light energy. Here is this is the phosphorus screen, which is made up of prosper, which helps to convert from electrical energy to light energy. The energy level of the phosphorus cycle crystal rises when the B electron beam strikes it. This method is called cathodoluminescence. This method is called cathodoluminescence. The light energy which is emitted through the prosperous excitation is called fluorescence. When the beam electron beam stops, the prosperous crystal regain their original position, and they release a quantum of light energy which is called um, phosphorescence and persistence. This is all about the working of CRT. In furthermore details, we'll study more topics on more topics in computer graphics. Thank you.